What's going on, everybody? It's your Rifle here, and thanks for checking out this video. In this one, I'm going to be going over the new patch notes for the Division, and there is a lot here to read off to you guys. So on that note, just sit back and relax and listen in. Okay, for starters, these will be implemented during the server maintenance on March 22nd, 2016. So that will be tomorrow as for the upload date of this video. But for starters, I'm going to go over the gameplay changes. Once again, guys, just sit back, relax, and listen in. This is a lot to cover. As you can see here, I'll actually pull this up on the screen. This was actually brought to us by a community manager from Ubisoft. Named enemies will now drop better loot in challenge mode than in hard mode. Thank goodness. Added a cooldown period for the static turret stun attack in order to avoid a stun lock in PvP and PvE game modes. Named NPCs will no longer respawn after being killed in the open world. This will prevent situations where players were able to kill a same named NPC over and over again. So say goodbye to that Bullet King farm here soon. Take advantage of it while you can, everybody. Modifications to the weapon talent Trained. It can now only be rolled on shotgun, marksman rifles, and pistols. Its bonus has been reduced from 1% to 5% to a constant 0.1%. For the Midas SMG's Trained talent has been replaced with Responsive talent, which increases damage when getting closer to the target. This applies to existing weapons as well as newly acquired ones. For all SMGs, LMGs, and assault rifles, it will be replaced with another randomly picked weapon talent. This applies to existing weapons as well as newly acquired ones. As you can see here, they also fixed a speedrun exploit for the rooftop comm relay mission, fixed an issue where weapons dealt no damage if the reload animation was interrupted by an agent's skill. They also fixed an issue where players became stuck in an emote animation if activated via chat while auto running. Fixed a bug where skill power would be increased permanently while using the death by proxy talents. They also fixed a bug where experience was not being awarded for completing all side missions in the Midtown East safe house. Fixed instances where the Seeker Mine with Air Burst multi-mine mod would detonate too soon, miss targets, or cause no damage. Fixed a bug where grenades would sometimes not display the blast radius warning before detonating. Fixed an issue where some NPCs in low cover would not react to being shot by the player. They also fixed issues where emotes would cause the player model to behave oddly, like missing guns, players stuck in an emote animation, etc. Fixed a bug where weapon mods and weapon skins would not show up on the other players in the game world. So now you can just show off those beautiful weapon skins to other players. Fixed an issue where DPS would not be calculated properly when purchasing a new weapon mod. That's all of the gameplay changes. Now for the Dark Zone changes. I'll go ahead and pull them up here on the screen for you guys, and I'll also read them out loud to you all. Players can now heal other neutral players in the Dark Zone by using first aid and support station skills. Players are now able to fast travel to Dark Zone checkpoints, but only when coming from outside the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone disconnect timer has been increased to 30 seconds, meaning players will remain in the game world longer when logging out while in the Dark Zone. This applies while not in combat. Items extracted from the Dark Zone are now properly marked as new items when moved to the player's inventory. Players killed in the Dark Zone now drop ammo, medkits, and grenades. This loot is generated and not taken from the dying player's inventory. Players killed in the Dark Zone will lose less Dark Zone funds and experience, rogue and non-rogue. Dark Zone funds and experience rewards for surviving rogue status has been improved, so going rogue is now beneficial in some sort of way. And on that note, Dark Zone funds and experience rewards for killing rogue agents have also been improved. Phoenix credits dropped have been increased on level 31 and 32 enemies in the Dark Zone. Please note that due to this fix causing client stability issues, we have to remove it from this update until it can be addressed in the next one. Level 30 in the Dark Zone, you'll get 1 to 3 Phoenix credits. Level 31 in the Dark Zone, you'll get 2 to 4 Phoenix credits. And level 32 in the Dark Zone, you'll get 3 to 5 Phoenix credits. Another change that has been implemented into the game is increased drop rate of high-end items from level 31 and 32 named NPCs in the Dark Zone. That is very important to keep in mind, guys. If you want some more high-end items, well, there you guys go. Increased drop rate of high-end Division Tech material from level 32 named NPCs in the Dark Zone. They have also improved Dark Zone chest items quality. Rank 30 chests will now drop superior purple items instead of specialized blue. Key chests now have a chance to drop high-end items, so that's also freaking awesome to keep in mind. Dark Zone funds drop rates and quantity on NPCs has been reduced. They've also fixed a bug where the Wildfire and Fear Tactics talents were affecting neutral players in the Dark Zone. Fixed instances where players would receive a Delta error message when entering the Dark Zone. They've also fixed a bug where sometimes players could not loot anything after returning to the game following a network disconnection. And lastly, in the Dark Zone changes, they've also fixed Stage 1 rogue timers, not displaying correctly when rogue players receive damage from another player. As for the graphic changes, they've fixed a few lights that did not cast global illumination. I'll go ahead and pull these up on the screen for you guys. For the UI changes, they added more information for daily missions on the map. The matchmaking menu now displays the mission difficulty rating more prominently. The mini-map mission tracker has been optimized to be less confusing to players. They've also fixed a bug where some of the attributes for high-end equipment were cut off in the recalibration menu. I know I was getting that problem, so thank goodness they fixed that one. They also fixed a bug where the matchmaking menu for a mission would not display correctly or kept disappearing. They've also fixed missing item icons in the reward claim vendor's inventory. They've also fixed incorrect side missions being displayed in the map legend. There is tons of changes here that they added with this patch, and we're about wrapping this up. There's 5 other categories I'm going to be going over. As for the audio changes, they fixed a bug where the helicopter crash sound effects would be missing from the Brooklyn End cinematic. They also fixed a bug where the Zapper turret mod had no sound. They fixed a bug where the audio for entering a contaminated area would be cut off. They've also fixed a bug where the audio would not play when scrolling through vanity items. In the localization changes, they fixed Ubisoft Club reward descriptions in Korean and traditional Chinese. And they also fixed some in-game localization bugs. For the PC changes, they made quite a bit of improvements. As you can see here, Tobii eye tracking bug fixes and improvements. On launch, the PC client now monitors PC graphic settings and applies the best settings for the user's configuration. This is unless the user has custom settings. They've also fixed an issue where the map was sometimes difficult to navigate with a mouse. They fixed issues with Hungarian, Korean, and Russian localizations. They fixed an issue that prevented matchmaking while on the map. They removed the store button from the character selection screen on PC versions of the game. Players can now find the store page in the Ubisoft Club app directly. They've also fixed an increment number on day 1 patch notes. Was 1.1, now correctly states 1.01. Lastly up on the list is the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 changes. For the Xbox One changes, they fixed a bug where players could not reconnect to the servers after suspending the game on Xbox One. They've also fixed a bug on Xbox One where unblocking a player would not be reflected in-game until title reboot. Lastly, for the PS4 changes, they added an option to disable the PlayStation 4 controller speak. They improved textures and model streaming speed. And lastly, they fixed an issue where ISAC volume could get too loud when playing with headsets. But yeah, there you guys have it, all the changes within this patch. Hope you guys are excited for this to come. I know I am. I mean, don't get me wrong, farming is nice and all, but it's good to see it's getting taken away. I mean, I got my use out of it, and so did a lot of other people too, so it's not like a big complaint. And not to mention, it's good to see that they're making this many fixes so early into the game. It's really nice to see, actually. But yeah, I guess that's wrapping up this video, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these changes once again. As always though, I'm going to leave a friendly reminder at the end of this video. If you could, please show some support by leaving a like. It's greatly appreciated, everyone. The continued support continues to help my channel rise, and for that, I seriously can't thank you all enough. I like to show my appreciation somehow, so that's why I leave this friendly reminder at the end of the video. And, of course, to remind you guys to support. But, yeah, this has been your Rifle. Remember to stay safe out there, everyone, and subscribe if you haven't for a lot more Division content to come. Peace.